On December 4th, 2020, ASP Trooper James Ray was dispatched to assist a highway patrol officer during a traffic stop. As he approached the passenger side, the driver suddenly took off. While rushing back to his vehicle, Trooper Ray slipped in the wet grass and fell, but that didn't stop him. He got up and alongside the highway patrol officer, joined the pursuit without hesitation. When the pit was executed, it caused the suspect to spin out, and for a moment it looked like that was the end of it. But somehow the suspect managed to recover and kept on fleeing, refusing to give up.
Okay, we're coming. Now, did you say he was losing a guy or headlong broke?
Yeah, lost it, yeah. We tried to stop a second ago. And he was having issues. Alright, 385, I'm head on with this vehicle right now.
Yes.
Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle! Get out of the vehicle!
Trooper Ray made a split-second decision and positioned his vehicle head-on in front of the fleeing suspect. With no room left to run, the two collided, ending the pursuit. Brian Starnes initially resisted arrest but was eventually taken into custody. He was booked into the Franklin County Detention Center and charged with felony fleeing, aggravated assault on a law enforcement officer, resisting arrest, driving on a suspended license, and being a habitual offender. It was December 8th, 2025, when a trooper Caleb Miller was on patrol, when a Honda catches his attention immediately, pushing past the speed limit and driving recklessly enough to stand out from everyone else on the road. He closes the gap, gets right up behind it, and hits the lights and sirens. And the driver doesn't even flinch. No brake lights, no pulling over, just a clear and deliberate decision that today is not the day he's stopping for anybody.
Ten four units, next drag, building. Yeah.
TBI.
Yes, we're.
The pit sends the Honda straight into the ditch, and before the dust even settles, troopers are already out of their vehicles, moving in with weapons drawn from every angle. The suspect takes one look at the situation and makes the first smart decision he's made all day. He surrenders right there on the spot, placed under arrest and taken into custody without any further incident. A Florida Highway Patrol trooper observed a black Cadillac speeding northbound on I-95 at 80 miles per hour in a 65 miles per hour zone. As the trooper followed, a large piece of the Cadillac's bumper flew off, striking the front of the patrol car. Activating lights and sirens, the trooper signaled the driver to stop, but instead the driver accelerated, sparking a high-speed pursuit. The suspect signaled as if to pull over, pointing out the window, but instead hit the gas, speeding off and weaving through traffic at high speeds. The suspect vehicle then exited northbound onto US 441, veering into the right turn lane. Moments later, it intentionally collided with the rear of a silver Toyota Corolla. The trooper attempted another pit maneuver, making contact with the suspect vehicle, but it was unsuccessful. The suspect continued fleeing northbound on 27th Avenue. The suspect continued fleeing north on 27th Avenue and turned into the entrance of the Broward Bat, where troopers conducted a felony stop. Despite multiple commands to exit the vehicle, the driver remained inside and then intentionally put the vehicle in reverse, crashing into the trooper's patrol car.
Hey! Put your hands up. Get on the ground, man, please. Get on the ground, man, please. On the ground.
The woman eventually exited the vehicle and was arrested. Troopers took her into custody without further incident. On March 14, 2024, Deputy Brady attempted to stop a silver Mercedes-Benz SUV with a Florida tag that was registered to a green Nissan. The vehicle was flagged because the registered owner's license was suspended. After confirming the tag mismatch through multiple databases, Deputy Brady activated lights and sirens. The driver, later identified as Nefertiti Dutz, turned north on 49th Avenue and began fleeing.
Vehicle's fleeing. We're going to be north on 49th Ave. Just ran a stop sign for a second. Seventh Ave, southbound, back to 41st.
As the suspect turned at the intersection and with the road clear, the deputy took the opportunity to execute a pit maneuver, successfully spinning the vehicle and bringing it to a stop. The suspect continued tearing through business yards and ditches. The pursuit came to an end when the vehicle got stuck in a ditch.
Check up. Put your hands out the window.
She was taken into custody without further incident. A background check revealed her license was not only invalid, but had been suspended multiple times, with at least 14 prior DWLS convictions and 2 habitual traffic offender designations. She was charged with fleeing and eluding a law enforcement officer with disregard for safety, and driving while license suspended or revoked as a habitual traffic offender. On March 23, 2023 in Crawford County, Missouri, what looks like a straightforward meth stop gets a little more interesting when one of the passengers hands over a fake ID and gets detained. He is placed in the patrol car, and the trooper steps away to speak with the other passenger, not knowing that in just a matter of seconds, something is about to go very wrong right behind him.
Out of your date, 3 days, you make 3 a month. What? 922 off at 306. My card's been taken.
The patrol car is gone, and the suspect is already putting distance between himself and the scene, with one unit scrambling to catch up. And knowing what was already on this guy's record, the troopers giving chase knew better than anyone that this was not going to be a simple recovery.
Heading northbound on 19 into Cuba City limits. And Cuba PD set up. Check on the 348, 347, 344. Copy. 347 clear. 4, running code. We're approaching 19 and standing out.
306 all vehicle just turned down 66.
The troopers finally closed the gap, but the trooper who had his car stolen cannot catch a break today. Just as he gets back into the fight, something happens that puts him out of the chase completely. One of those days where everything that can go wrong does, and all he can do is watch the pursuit continue without him.
We will take wire shortly.
306 raw, I just got struck by another vehicle trying to avoid colliding.
I believe it's going to have gone down Hollingshead Road now.
For the next 15 minutes, the stolen patrol car is out there completely alone. He could have pulled off anywhere, ditched it in the middle of nowhere, and walked away clean. But he kept driving, and that decision brought him right into a group of troopers already out there looking for him. The moment he spots them, the nerves kick in, and the next turn is one he simply does not make. He bails on foot, but the K9 unit makes that decision look even worse than stealing the patrol car did. Found in no time and back in handcuffs. On March 4th, 2024, he pleads guilty to stealing a motor vehicle resisting arrest, creating substantial risk of serious injury, and leaving the scene 7 years in the Department of Corrections with a mandatory 24-month substance abuse program attached. He completes the program November 29th, 2024, sentence suspended and 5 years supervised probation. On September 25th, 2022, just after midnight in Savannah, and a trooper running stationary radar clocks a gold Chevrolet Malibu at 62 in a 35, and the Malibu pulls into an apartment complex like it is stopping, then cuts hard through the parking lot and takes off. No seatbelt drunk and apparently no intention of stopping for anyone tonight. The trooper gets right to the edge of executing the pit and Howard dodges it, probably feeling pretty good about that for about half a second. He had no idea what was already coming. The Malibu rotates clockwise, hits the guardrail, and rolls several times before coming to rest on fire facing the wrong direction. Responding troopers put the fire out and Howard is pulled from the wreckage Extracted and taken into custody, Howard denies drinking until the trooper points out he can smell it on his breath. A Springfield handgun is found in the driver's area, and a criminal history check shows Howard is a convicted felon multiple times over. Refused medical treatment on scene and at the hospital before being booked into Chatham County Jail. On December 4th, 2025, and highway police are already in a pursuit when they call for backup. The trooper intercepts on Interstate 530 northbound near the 7-mile marker, takes primary, and finds the suspect pushing 125 miles per hour, passing cars on the shoulder like the interstate belongs to him alone. You can see the trooper working through it, calculating the right moment for the pit while dealing with speeds over 100 miles per hour, slippery roads, and weather conditions that make everything twice as difficult. But none of that is in his head right now. The only thing that matters is the car in front of him and ending this. Both vehicles leave the roadway together down an embankment until the suspect vehicle hits a dirt pile and stops. The suspect ignores every verbal command, so the trooper pulls out his baton, breaks the driver's side window, and they pull him out and put him on the ground, taken into custody without another word. On June 15, 2023, in Muskegon, Michigan, a Michigan State Police trooper attempts to stop a stolen vehicle reported out of Kent County, but instead of pulling over, the driver floors it, and another dangerous pursuit begins. As the chase intensifies, a second MSP cruiser joins the pursuit to assist. But before troopers can coordinate, tragedy strikes.
You good, bro? Bro, you good? You good?
The impact is violent. Both vehicles sustain heavy damage, and the scene turns chaotic in seconds. All 4 people involved, 2 troopers and 2 suspects, are rushed to nearby hospitals with serious injuries. The suspects, later identified as juveniles from the Muskegon area, are treated at separate facilities, while both troopers are eventually released.
10-4-7. 1080 Atlanta, 1080.
On April 14, 2024, just after midnight in Atlanta, Trooper Matthews spots an orange Dodge Charger Scat Pack with black racing stripes on Lee Street. The Charger managed to slip away, but Trooper spotted the same Charger just minutes later, and this time there is no cat and mouse. Matthews gets on the radio coordinates with responding units, and the plan is simple. The moment those lights go on, the pit is already happening.
Cross Street.
Now what follows is a tense extraction. Turner crawling across the center console, making furtive movements with his hands, refusing to show them even as multiple troopers close in with weapons drawn. With the assistance of Trooper Brown, he is finally pulled from the rear passenger door and cuffed on the ground. A search of the Charger finds a stolen Glock 9mm in the center console and a black rifle with an extended magazine in the trunk. Edward Turner is handed over to the primary trooper from the first pursuit and taken away. Most people spend New Year's Eve planning parties or watching the ball drop, but Kayla Cervantes decided to run from the cops with a car full of fentanyl, meth, and heroin. On December 31st, 2024, Moore police located a wanted suspect, 35-year-old Kayla Cervantes. When officers tried to pull her over, she had other plans.
The westbound service road, westbound. Okay, we're getting on 240 westbound.
Construction zone and packed traffic. For most people, that's a reason to slow down. But Kayla Cervantes seemed like she didn't have problem with that. And what she did next showed exactly how little she cared for anyone's safety.
Do we have vehicle description?
They exit on Walker, westbound. It's a white Dodge Ram pickup.
There's something on Walker.
He's gonna come back northbound on Walker. Northbound.
Clear northbound Walker.
Through the Casey's gas station parking lot. Now Johnny's still in the parking lot. Out to the service road. Curve going back. West on.
As the suspect blasted out of the parking lot, another patrol car took over as primary, and this chase had spiraled out of control a long time ago. With lives at risk and chaos unfolding by the second, officers knew this had to end. Now.
TBI crash, start medical. 240 in May, start medical.
Clear TBI 240 in May.
Kayla Cervantes, a wanted felon carrying a stash of fentanyl, meth, heroin, and drug paraphernalia, was pulled from the wreck and taken into custody without further incident. She was medically cleared at the hospital and booked into jail. Thankfully, no officers or civilians were injured in what could have easily been a tragic ending. Did you know that in high-speed chases, some suspects will toss evidence out of the car in hopes it vanishes for good? But what they don't realize, especially on highways, is that dash cams and body cams often capture everything. And in this case, that strategy failed badly. On April 6, 2021, just before midnight, a Forsyth County pursuit began heating up on State Route 400. A potentially impaired driver hurling objects from his window at over 100 miles per hour. When troopers joined the pursuit, things escalated quickly.
He's all over the road radio. We're continuing southbound to slow down. He's brake checking me. Trying to scare him into stopping. Good for a pit. Sir, everybody north of 13, 16. 2 units closest, continue. He's having trouble maintaining his lane still. He just threw a cigarette out the window. Yes, sir. Where is the Genesis? Wait, they're passing on Milton?
As the chase progressed, the suspect began swerving erratically across all lanes, clearly trying to prevent a pit. But the trooper stayed locked in, waiting for the right moment to end it.
Radio, right there, hot rod, well, Sandy Springs, if we can't get the pipes ripped out. Just when that returns back to the Toyota Tundra out of Pumpkin County. No, not that wall right there. Just do okay. Yeah, you done now, boy.
When GSP troopers took over the pursuit, they didn't waste time. It took just a little over 30 seconds for them to end it.
We crossed 285. We're by the old tow booth. Looks like they're about to pin him. Oh, they pin him. 41. He's flipped and rolled and hit the wall.
Clear on 41.
Holy!
75 being ready. 25. Everybody else go back in the gym.
Now let's take a look at how it all unfolded through the lens of the GSP troopers' dash cam.
Hit it.
Extremely 1049. 50.
With backup close behind, troopers moved in, guns drawn. The driver, Jansen Cardell Jones, was quickly taken into custody without further resistance. He was driving on a suspended license, had multiple active warrants, and reportedly tossed drug-related items from the car during the chase. In the end, Mr. Jones was booked on a list of charges, including felony fleeing, DUI, and reckless driving. It was June 20th, 2024, when a trooper, Elvis Nolasco, with Florida Highway Patrol's Criminal Interdiction Unit, spotted a white Mercedes on the Florida Turnpike. A quick tag check revealed the driver had a suspended license and a seized tag order. When Trooper lit him up, the Mercedes didn't slow down. It sped up and the chase was on.
Hit in the shoulder at the northbound at the 149, passing traffic. Passing on the right shoulder, passing the 151.5, speeds 114 miles per hour, traffic is like 52. Green light, green light, green light.
As the chase progressed, Sergeant Pollock joined in, keeping radio traffic steady as the Mercedes shot back onto I-95. At 100+ miles per hour, the driver tried an illegal U-turn across the grassy median, slamming into an SUV in the process. The trooper lined up a second pit and this time spinning the Mercedes, but even then, the suspect fought to recover. Trooper wasn't taking chances. He hit the car again, forcing it disabled on the ramp. His own cruiser slid out, colliding with road signs, leaving him pinned next to the suspect's car. Gun drawn, he held the passenger at bay until backup arrived. With K9 Uno and other troopers moving in, both men were finally pulled from the Mercedes and taken into custody. Inside the car, troopers uncovered cocaine, oxycodone, MDMA, marijuana, and drug paraphernalia. The driver, 28-year-old Derek Taylor Jr., racked up a list of charges: reckless driving, felony fleeing, leaving the scene of a crash, possession of multiple narcotics, and driving on a suspended license as a habitual offender. His passenger, William Woods, was also hit with drug charges. Both were medically cleared before being booked into St. Lucie County Jail. On September 28, 2022, a trooper sitting stationary on Glenwood Avenue watches a white Dodge Charger with black stripes go flying past on Interstate 20. Radar confirms it going 105 miles per hour in a 65 zone, and the Charger takes the Hill Street exit. Trooper gets behind it, lights on, and it actually pulls over for about 2 seconds before flooring it and taking off into the Atlanta night.
1080. Oh, yeah, Tulsa 36. Right turn, eastbound on the Memorial. Clear right turn, eastbound Memorial. 142 seconds there. Crossing over Cherokee, eastbound Memorial. Yeah. Wrong side of the road. Going through the light in Park Ave. Crossing the boulevard, still eastbound. There, crossing the boulevard. Hey, 142, I'm on 1 second there. We're doing still eastbound Memorial, coming up on Bill Kennedy. Clear north on Bill Kennedy. I've got the intersection shut down here at Memorial.
The Charger leaves the roadway and slams into a power pole coming to rest right in front of a church. The passenger gets out and lies on the ground while the driver, Tariq Barner, crawls out of the passenger side and takes off on foot. Both deploy their taser simultaneously and Barner hits the ground and the cuffs go on right there outside that church. A search of the Charger turns up a clear container of marijuana weighing approximately 1 pound sitting inside. Both transported to Grady Hospital, and Barner, due to his injuries, was released to hospital staff with warrants secured for a later date. In Genesee County, Michigan, dispatch puts out a shots fired call near Joyner Street. When troopers respond, make contact with residents and piece together the suspect vehicle, a white Dodge Charger with a cracked windshield and no license plate. After confirming no one was struck, troopers begin patrolling the area and locate the Charger, sitting at a traffic light like nothing happened. The moment a stop is attempted, Tyree Nazrael Parker makes his decision and runs.
3560, I got one taken off on me. White Dodge Charger, no plate, cracked windshield, match the description of the shooting vehicle. Joiner. Be a scat pack.
Copy, White Dodge Charger, excessive speed, eastbound on Sunset.
I just didn't want a university.
Copy, eastbound approaching Grand Traverse, 3.
Northbound Grand Traverse. Westbound 8.
Westbound 8.
A shooting suspect was all over the road from the interstate through intersections, and now deep into a residential area. And what makes this even more unsettling is that his level of recklessness never changed, not even once. Same aggression, same disregard, same complete indifference to everyone around him, whether it was a highway or a neighborhood street with families inside those houses.
What is there? Coming up to Canterbury Lane. Eastbound. Second and third car really a hard time keeping up. Primary units on him.
After the pit, the trooper loses primary position, and for the next 7 minutes, this chase goes absolutely nowhere. No progress, no opening, just a suspect who keeps finding ways to stay ahead. Then the trooper reclaims primary, and the entire tone of this pursuit changes in an instant.
Said negative on that reported crash. It was a pit maneuver attempt. Looks like you might be trying to get on southbound 75. Where am I at speed-wise? 55, 40, 40, 38.
Looks like we got him up there trying to drive out of it.
He's running, holding his waistband.
Yep, black male, 120, running across the freeway.
Black male, white hoodie, holding his waistband across the expressway.
The right hand. Going back up to the overpass. Keep it going. We got it there.
During the foot pursuit, Parker was observed running with a pistol in his hand before throwing it just before he is tased and taken to the ground. The pistol recovered with an extended magazine and a round already chambered ready to fire. Parker was transported to Genesee County Jail facing a charge list that reads like a law school exam. It's 2:10 a.m. in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the night is about to get very loud. A black Mercedes sedan is spotted tearing through the streets, and when the Arkansas State Police join the hunt, the driver decides to see exactly what that German engineering can do. We're heading onto Interstate 430, and the speedometer is about to climb into no-fly territory.
30 north. That's 262 for the 14.
See if you can patch this one up.
30. Coming up 1-4.
They're taking the 4. Taking the 4.
Taking the 4.
Eastbound on current wind.
Eastbound current wind.
The pursuit hit a staggering 145 miles per hour, even eclipsing the 140 miles per hour mark seen in other extreme Arkansas chases. Dajuan Ridgway wasn't just fast, he was tactical, swerving and maneuvering his Mercedes to block the trooper from getting into position for a TVI. The high-speed game eventually spilled off the interstate and into a residential neighborhood.
Eastbound on current wind. We're actually going to go northbound on Ludwig. I believe this is.
Northbound Ludwig. On Vera.
They might have just called something at the intersection of Barrow and Ludwig.
Possibly called something at Barrow and Ludwig.
TVI 36 Ludwig.
TVI 36 Ludwig.
The car was dead, but the chase wasn't. Ridgway bolted from the driver's seat, leading the trooper on a foot pursuit through the neighborhood, while two unidentified passengers vanished into the night. Ridgway was eventually cornered behind a nearby home and taken into custody. He traded a midnight drive for a long list of charges, proving once again that in Arkansas, no matter how fast you go, the law always has a way of catching up. It's 2:30 in the morning on Tampa's I-275, but the silence is about to be shredded by a pair of Chevrolet Camaros entering the highway like they're on a qualifying lap. Clocked at 90 in a 55, these drivers aren't just speeding, they're aggressive, weaving through traffic and tailgating anything in their path. But the driver of the white Camaro is about to take this night from a simple ticket to a high-stakes felony.
5-1-25 going on Chevy.
The Camaro pulls away, and just like that, the trooper loses him. But as they say, you can never outrun the radio. Units get the word out, and it doesn't take long before the suspect is relocated and the chase is right back on, proving that no matter how fast you think you are, there's always someone ahead of you waiting.
Business Park? Yeah, we're turning back towards the interstate. Yeah, we're back south on 275. Westbound 54th Avenue North. Southbound 22nd Street. Raise your hand! Yeah!
The trooper strikes the rear of the Camaro, sending it into a spin that ends against a curb. The driver, Barnard Stokes Jr., bolted on foot but didn't get far before being tackled. Officers noted his bloodshot, watery eyes and the unmistakable stench of alcohol, classic signs of impairment often found in these dangerous midnight runs. This wasn't Stokes' first time running from the law. A records check revealed 9 prior convictions for a suspended license and 2 previous fleeing charges. He refused a breath test, but he couldn't refuse a one-way trip to the Pinellas County Jail. Turns out 150 miles per hour only gets you to the cell door a little faster. On August 26, 2024, Trooper Christian Underwood was made aware of a shoplifting suspect who had fled from the Paragould Police Department at the Walmart Supercenter in Paragould. Paragould Dispatch reported that the suspect was last seen southbound on Carroll Road. Trooper attempted to locate the suspect vehicle but initially could not find it. As Trooper was headed back toward Greene County, the vehicle was spotted traveling southbound just south of Goobertown Road. Trooper turned around to initiate a traffic stop, but the vehicle fled at a high rate of speed.
I'm good, go ahead.
After the pursuing trooper executed the pit maneuver, the trooper went off the road and crashed. Luckily, he was not injured. The secondary trooper in the pursuit then took over, and after 3 minutes, he got closer to the suspect. After one more pit maneuver was executed, the suspect came to a stop. The trooper exited the patrol car and ordered the suspect to exit the vehicle, but the suspect turned around and sped away once again. Shortly after, the troopers lost sight of the suspect. The suspect, Quamaine Rose, was later found walking on Fairview Drive. After a brief foot pursuit, the suspect was apprehended by Trooper Brian Merrill. Mr. Rose was found to have 2 outstanding warrants for his arrest out of Missouri. He was charged with fleeing on foot, aggravated assault, reckless driving, speeding more than 15 miles per hour, criminal mischief, driving left of center, improper passing on right, and failed to stop at red light.
Crash. How?
On October 3rd, 2020, troopers from the Michigan State Police Metro South Post located a stolen Dodge Durango. When the troopers attempted to stop the vehicle, the suspect fled, and a vehicle pursuit ensued.
Eastbound through 14th, would you like there?
Yep, we're good right. Through Rosa Parks. Speeds of 60.
Speeds of 60 through Rosa Parks.
2211 manager.
Alright, we're through the lodge, eastbound.
He's going through the lodge, speed to 70.
Alright, left lane, we're at 100 miles per hour. Speeds at 115. We're through Woodward now, East Davidson.
East Davidson through what?
Speeds of 110.
Traffic light speeds 110.
Alright, we're through to Quinder.
Through to Quinder.
As the chase progressed, the suspect headed toward the city streets, which was not in the troopers' favor, increasing the chances of an innocent bystander getting harmed. But troopers will do whatever it takes to stop it.
Alright, we're coming up to Conant. Northbound Conant.
Northbound Conant.
Alright, we're through Victoria, coming up to McNichols. We're through McNichols. Speeds of 70. We're coming up to 7. Good. Alright, northbound through 7. Still on Conant.
Down Conant.
Eastbound England.
Eastbound.
And traffic is still light. We're 80.
The suspect was running red lights, driving on the wrong side of the road, speeding through construction zones. Everything you can imagine. The trooper could hardly keep up with the suspect during the chase and requested assistance.
Alright, eastbound through Reno. So look to make it southbound through.
Speeds in traffic, please.
Alright, speeds are 88. Traffic is light. You're good right. Go through. You're good right. Got clear traffic. It's gonna crash. How?
Still, I don't know what he's doing. Don't pit, and
Get out.
I got it.
get out of the car!
The suspect's tires were likely deflated while going through the construction zone, which allowed a trooper to execute a pit maneuver, ending the pursuit. The suspect was taken into custody and charged with fleeing and eluding, possession of a stolen motor vehicle, and several other crimes. On August 29, 2023, Trooper Soto of the Florida Highway Patrol attempted to stop a black Mercedes. Moments later, he informed other units that he was in a pursuit, as the driver failed to stop. The suspect decided to hit the gas pedal to the floor, gaining some distance between himself and Trooper Soto. However, 3 minutes later, another trooper took over the pursuit as the primary unit.
Black Mercedes. Mount Olive Road. Making a right on a Berkeley. Light traffic. Turning south on Berkeley.
The trooper executed a pit maneuver at the traffic lights, which was enough to stop the suspect. The trooper arrested the suspect on the spot and took her into custody without further incident, effectively bringing the chase to an end. On November 10th, 2021, at approximately 23:55 hours, GSP Nighthawk South responded to the Augusta Ave area regarding a stolen vehicle. The pursuit ensued because the driver of the stolen white GMC Acadia failed to obey traffic signs, specifically disregarding a stop sign at the intersection of Jenks Street and Bay Street. This reckless behavior, combined with the vehicle being reported stolen by armed suspects, prompted the trooper to initiate a pursuit in order to apprehend the suspects and recover the stolen vehicle. It's important to emphasize that we do not support this kind of behavior. Viewers should only learn from the mistakes made in this clip and understand the serious consequences of reckless driving and criminal activity. Responsible driving and adherence to traffic laws are crucial for ensuring the safety of everyone on the road. Trooper realized how dangerous the driver was to everyone on the road, he made the decision to accelerate and take action to bring the chase to an end. Understanding the potential risks posed by the reckless driver, the trooper aimed to safely intervene and prevent any further endangerment to the public. The pit maneuver was successful, sending the suspect directly into a ditch. The troopers exited their vehicles and arrested the suspect on the spot without further incident, taking him into custody and effectively bringing the chase to an end. On May 1st, 2024, a Kentucky State Police trooper spotted a red Chevrolet Corvette driving at 105 miles per hour just before 11 a.m. on Interstate 69 near Draffinville. The trooper attempted to stop the driver, but instead of pulling over, the driver sped up in an attempt to flee. The high-speed chase was on, involving Kentucky State Police and the McCracken County Sheriff's Office. The pursuit continued onto Interstate 24 in McCracken County, where the Corvette passed multiple vehicles on the shoulder of the interstate at dangerous speeds. The suspect gained distance due to his extreme speeds, but you know how they say, you can't outrun the radio. The primary trooper spotted the Corvette once again after 10 minutes.
I got him. He's coming straight on towards me. Coming straight on towards me. Going through a yard. He went through someone's yard. Here. Where? Back at him. We're back on.
Yeah, sorry, kid. Station, thank you.
We're going through a field now. Going through a field now.
Midland, supposed to be 10-3, supposed to be 10-3.
Driver, show me your hands! Show me your hands! Put your hands out now! I got tasers. I got lethal. Get out! Get out now!
Lay down!
Get out! Get out!
Get out, lay down! Get out, lay down! Get out, lay down!
Okay, get on your face! Get on your face now! Hands behind your back!
The driver, 29-year-old Otis McKinney, was arrested at the scene and charged with offenses in both Marshall and McCracken counties, including reckless driving, wanton endangerment, fleeing and evading police, and criminal mischief. What started as a 105 miles per hour speeding violation turned into a multi-county chase, ending in a wooded crash, all because McKinney decided running was better than accepting a ticket. On April 16, 2025, Troopers Garrett Bird and Billy Puckett were running stationary patrol along Interstate 40 in Arkansas when a black Kia Optima blew past, its Tennessee tag showing they'd expired more than a year ago. Bird pulled in behind the vehicle, but before a traffic stop could even begin, the driver made a sudden lane change without signaling. Moments later, when the blue lights came on, the Kia's response was not to slow down, but to rocket forward, straight into triple-digit speeds.
Oh, yeah. That's it.
Twenty-six, 460, 37.
Trooper Bird executed the pit, slamming the Kia into the guardrail, but the suspect wasn't done, and with the hood now folded over the windshield blocking his view, he somehow pushed the damaged car back into the traffic lanes.
Seatbelt? We'll be up on the bridge. Yeah, again. Take down, get ready.
Let me see hands! 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 Keep his hands up! Keep your hands up! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Turn around! Hands up! Walk back! Keep your hands up and walk back! Hands up and walk back!
On June 29th at approximately 2 p.m., as this incident began, officers with the Charles County Sheriff's Office responded to the Acton Lane in Waldorf for reports of a woman being assaulted by a man in a parking lot and a possible carjacking. Then Charles County Sheriff's officers responded and located the suspect, who decided to flee.
I'm behind you! You almost went head on with me! I'm behind him!
North Carolina behind us, southbound 205. Southbound 205, number 1 lane, speeds of 75. 759, number 1 lane, traffic is light, speed to 100. That's 59, passing Idlewood, speed 102, number 2 lane, 0 traffic.
Flying down the roadway at a reckless pace, the suspect miscalculated his turn. The vehicle slammed into a curb, launching it across lanes and into the opposite side of the road.
759, number 1 lane, east, 1050, 1050, 1050, 1050. The accident, 1050.
What's the name?
The chase ended deadly for the suspect. After losing control, the suspect slammed head-on into an oncoming truck, the violent impact instantly bringing the pursuit to a close. The driver was pronounced dead at the scene. The truck driver walked away without injuries, though shaken by the terrifying events that unfolded right in front of him. One more reminder that in a high-speed pursuit, it only takes a split second for everything to go from reckless to irreversible. On January 2nd, 2026, a West Memphis police officer observed a silver Toyota Cross left of center while traveling east on East Broadway. The officer conducted a traffic stop on the vehicle just before Metro PCS and activated his blue lights. The vehicle continued to slowly drive until finally stopping at Don's Weaponry. The officer arrived at the window and made contact with the driver and sole occupant, Andre Stewart. While standing at the vehicle, the officer smelled a strong odor of marijuana emitting from inside. Stewart was breathing heavily and began nervously searching for his ID in his wallet, even though it was plainly visible on the passenger seat. Based on training and experience, the officer recognized these as signs of nervousness, and given that Stewart had scattered the tray on the ground, he believed Stewart was attempting to conceal other items in the vehicle. As the officer was telling Stewart to step out of the car, Stewart suddenly put the car in drive and began driving south on School Street at approximately 60 miles per hour in an attempt to elude him.
Stop! Do not move! I'm on water. Do not move! Stop! Sir, stop! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Once away from the vehicle, he remained prone on the ground until more units arrived. He was safely placed in handcuffs and secured in the back of a vehicle until EMS arrived on scene to evaluate him. While waiting, officers conducted a search of the vehicle and found a plastic bag of marijuana in the passenger floorboard. The items thrown out the window were located, including the black bag, which contained marijuana, a scale, and methamphetamine. Stewart was taken to the Pulaski County Regional Detention Facility. Florida State Patrol found themselves in a chase they will never forget. After receiving a report of a stolen U-Haul truck, they quickly located the vehicle. What started as a routine pursuit quickly escalated into a serious and dangerous situation for everyone on the road. Buckle up as we dive into this harrowing chase. The suspect was driving recklessly at high speeds, showing no regard for the safety of other drivers on the road. Swerving in and out of lanes, he put countless lives at risk as he continued to flee from law enforcement, creating a chaotic scene on the highways.
Very much.
You're able to catch up, or no?
Yeah, I'm second you.
All right, good. These two are morons.
823 passing 74th, passing 74th Street. 823 single 14 vehicles on the red.
Yeah, they're about to pit. Be careful, brother.
The trooper was closely trailing the stolen truck but couldn't execute a pit maneuver due to the heavy traffic. Attempting such a maneuver would have likely resulted in significant damage to innocent vehicles and put additional lives at risk. Instead, the trooper focused on keeping a safe distance while waiting for an opportunity to safely apprehend the suspect.
Alright, we're gonna continue class 106.
After several attempts at the pit maneuver, the stolen truck was finally brought to a complete stop. Within seconds, it was surrounded by multiple patrol cars, ensuring the situation was under control. The suspect and all passengers in the truck were arrested without further incident, bringing the dangerous chase to a safe conclusion. On June 7th, a murder suspect fled Ohio police at speeds over 100 miles per hour. Dayton police say officers began pursuing 57-year-old William Hefner after spotting him in his truck, just days after he allegedly shot another man and fled the scene.
Come on. Come on. Still westbound Oak Ridge. I don't see anybody behind me.
The lead officer in the pursuit called for backup as the suspect sped through someone's lawn in a desperate attempt to escape.
Bailing out Oak Ridge and Tyson. He's continuing, going northbound on Tyson. Come up, come up, come up. Alright, 340 on car number 2. I think person's going to be car 1. Still,
As a second officer took over the pursuit, he confirmed the suspect was speeding over 100 miles per hour. That speed ultimately caused the suspect to lose control and crash.
Wreck out, wreck out, wreck out! Show me your hands! Do it now! Show me your hands! Show me your hands!
Following the crash, officers rushed to the suspect's truck and quickly pulled him out.
Show me your hands! Do it now! Show me your hands! Show me your
don't you move! Hang on, get him on the other side. Get him on the other side.
Gunpoint.
Pull him out. Get him out. Get him out. Get out here. Pull him out. Get him on the side.
The suspect was arrested and taken into custody, bringing the chase to an end. On February 14, 2022, while conducting a routine traffic stop, Trooper Cody Martin heard a pursuit coming in his direction. He quickly got back into his patrol car and joined the chase of a red Ford SUV. Trooper Cody Martin took over the pursuit as the primary unit. The suspect drove recklessly, even colliding with other vehicles, but continued as if nothing had happened. It's important to note that we do not support this kind of behavior. The only lesson to be learned from this clip is the consequences of reckless driving and the importance of making better choices. The trooper executed a single pit maneuver, bringing the pursuit to an end. The suspect was pulled from the truck, arrested, and taken into custody.